Hi there, I'm Martin from Motor Central, and today we'll be fitting an X.Com 3 intercom into an Nexx X.WED 3 helmet. Here we have the standard X.Com 3, also comes in an X.Com 3 Pro version. We'll go through the differences in a little while. Comes in a nice little presentation box. Let's get into it. Essentially, if your helmet has this little side pod there, then you can install either one of those units. The helmets that it fits are the X.WED 3, which we have here today. There's the X.WST3, which is the more street version. You've got the Y100R range, the more standard Y100, and you've also got the X Live Tour and the XTR range of helmets that it fits. So we'll move that to one side just for the time being, and in the box we have a hello. And we have the intercom, so nicely packaged. You've got two great size speakers in there. All your gubbins, we'll get that in a minute. Sometimes they pick stuff underneath. Let's have a look. No, nothing underneath there. So that means it's all in this lovely box here. And we will get in here. So in here you've got instructions and a charging cable, as you would hope. And what else have we got? We have got some ear spacers. I've been working in the shop for 5 years. I've never used these. The idea is that you can bring the speakers a little bit closer to your ear if you wanted to, but I've never fitted these in any helmet in 5 years, so make use of them if you need to, but I would largely disregard those. And lastly, what have we got in here? We have got two thinner ear spacers. Wow, there we go. So if you want them a little bit closer to your ear but not quite as close as those, then you've got all the options essentially, but we're going to be fitting them in without ear spacers today. So whenever you're fitting a intercom to a helmet, make life easy for yourself by opening the visor up and removing the cheek pads. The cheek pads in the Nexx helmets, especially this one, they've got this lining fast release system. So the first thing we're going to do on this one is we're going to lift this little tab here, and then this red lever gets pushed to the back, and that allows you to release the cheek pad a lot easier. So we'll do that now. So lift that little tab up like so, and push that with your thumb. And you can't feel that or see it, but you can just see that it's released it a little bit. And on the inside, you will undo your helmet, which we've already done. And then you can just feel for the studs, and you click them off just by pulling the cheek pad towards you, and then you gently take it out. So one cheek pad on that side. Essentially what this system is doing here is it locks the cheek pad in place. So you put the cheek pad in, you replace that forwards, and that stops the tendency for cheek pads to sometimes come out of the back. I've seen it in Chewies, Arris, no matter brand of helmets, and sometimes they just fail to stay locked in at the back. This is actually quite a good system in that it locks the cheek pads in place. So we'll just do the same on the other side. Find the tab. I must have short nails on this side because I cannot get that tab. Try it with this hand here. There we go, a little bit stubborn. And we'll see if we can push that back. Click the cheek pads away, and then they just come out nicely like so. So your two cheek pads, discard them to one side, and then we're ready for the next bit. Importantly, with the Nexx intercoms, you also need to remove the headliner. In most helmets you don't, but in this one the microphone and bit actually live in the top here and then are covered up by the headliner. It's a really well thought out intercom, to be fair, so we do need this one to be removed. So if you just unfold that at the back, and then you have a stud just here. Unstud that, quite a nice click to it. And you've got another 2 studs, one there and one here. Get those removed just with a gentle pull. And the same here. And then it will want to come out all the way. Meet it at the front, like so. And then we've just got to release it all the way around here. And you can do that by gently just unpulling it out of this little latch here, which you can see there, it's just tucked behind a little latch there. And just gently tease it away, and it will just want to come out very slowly. Then you've got it released, and you can just pull it out and join it with the rest of your padding, ready to replace later. There you are. You now got the helmet shell prepared for your intercom. So we'll put that to one side and we'll get these bits out here. So now we've got the box, obviously got your all gubbins in there, a couple of speakers. So as mentioned, this is the standard version. You have got the Pro version as well. The main differences are that the X-Com 3 Pro has the mesh technology. So you've got your 3.0 mesh, whereas this uses 5.1 and it's limited to just Bluetooth connections. The audio quality in these, they are nice little speakers, but the Pro, you get the Harman Kardon version. You can see that it is a Sena based unit, which is important for a lot of riders, so bear that in mind. So Bluetooth, you'll be able to connect to anything, but mesh compatibility, you just want to check before you buy a Sena mesh. If some of the people in your group maybe have a Cardo mesh. The group capacity and range, the main thing people have got an intercom for. This one will do 4 people, which is this helmet, so this rider and 3 others. The mesh unit can do up to like 24 riders or 10 people on Bluetooth. So it's a lot better spec in terms of group riding. The standard one doesn't offer noise control. The Pro one offers advanced noise control, voice activated controls and private chat modes. So this is actually for member of staff. So they've got very limited demands. It's a good intercom. We fitted loads of them, so she's chosen the more basic one. That's essentially it. Yeah, obviously the Pro is a little bit more expensive. I think this is a well-priced unit for what you get. That's it. Let's get it out and get going. So we'll grab everything out. You've got your speakers, you've got your button mic, you've got your antenna that does your Bluetooth signal, you've got the battery pack that sits in the rear, and then that's your control unit that will sit on the side. So I would grab everything out, lift it all out of the box, and then generally I would orientate it so the battery pack is going to sit at the back and just lay everything in loosely for the time being, because once you've got this secure in the back, everything else makes a lot more sense. Before we do that, we have got in here this little section here, which is just the little compartment cover for where the battery sits, which is just kept in there by a little lug here and one on the other side. So remove that, put that back with your box so you don't lose it, and then you're ready to have your battery pack just sit in there like so. And that just sits in nice and neat. Get your battery pack, put that back over the top, and that keeps it in, keeps it retained, and make sure the wires are only coming out in the direction that you want them to. So we're going to grab this cover and we're going to replace it over the battery that we've just put in, which is just sitting in there. So we're just going to relocate that in there, and they'll just clip in each side, and you've got a nice little profound click, and that keeps those wires splitting out left and right. Next thing to do normally is to line up the speakers. So in here you've got some foam, which is literally just velcroed on the inside. We are going to put these speakers in their place. I would take those out and put those speakers in like that. So we are just going to remove the cover like so, drop your speaker down and peel the back off this, which is easier when you've got nails. And then we're just going to stick that in there. Nicely done. And we'll do the same on the other side. So we get your other speaker, push that out, peel the back of it off. Just be careful that you hold it near, so when you do that you don't pull that away. Unpack this. And then we're going to remove this little foam bit and put that in there. Perfect. So I've loosely placed the speaker in place, so that's where it's going to live. You will place that in there. You've got this little channel along here, which is for this short section of the wire. This is going to live in the channel just there, and then this bit loops up and round the top in its own channel, and the button mic lives all the way along here and lives ultimately in this little section here, which is then covered by the skull cap. So we'll just whiz that in and we'll get onto the other side. So first things first, we're going to stick this little button mic, the Velcro bit, just here. So we're going to peel this off and we're going to stick that just halfway under. A little bit fiddly, but I'm just sticking that in there. You just have to press it in. So once you've got the Velcro sat there, then you can find your button mic again and just lift this and squeeze it under. It is a little bit tricky, but you just sort of slide it in. Okay, so as you can see, it is now all in there, nice and flush, and we've just got the other side of things to do. So we're going to flip it over and then work on this side in a very similar way. The only thing on this side is we have the antenna, and this antenna similarly fits through and will sit at the top on this side, just about there, just on the other side from where the antenna was. This is going to sit in this little recess here. So here we've got the speaker and the antenna. We just want to make sure that you've not got them wrapped around each other. And then I'm going to place the speaker in position. We'll tidy that up in a moment. And then this one doesn't have any 3M. It just sits around the top. As before, it will loop around the top. And we are going to just tuck it with the flat side down under here, like so. And that just sits in there now. We've got the wire that is going to creep around the outside and back over the top. So we can find that cable there, and once again it's going to just live under a couple of these lugs that you can just lightly lift up and squeeze the cable underneath. That'll be behind that one, and we'll do the same on this side. That keeps the cable all flush, and then we'll just tidy it up around here, and that'll be that side done. And we just need to plug in the main control unit after that. There we go, all neat and tidy. These will get chased away when we do this unit here. So coming to the outside unit, you've got this little lift, plug and play, put that to one side, put it in the box so you don't use it, lose it, and then that just clamps in. So tuck this cable round the back here, you can sort of see it's ready for a little bit of a channel, and then just tuck the front in on this end, make sure that cable's coming round, and then it will clip in nicely, and your wire's coming out, importantly, underneath, so it can be tucked away and you haven't got any wires hanging down over the cheek pads or anything like that. So it's a really well thought out system. So that's all sorted now. It's all neat and tidy. We just need to replace the padding and then we're golden. The charging unit is part of this here, and it's literally just at the bottom there. So you're just on a little rubber tab, you pull that off obviously, and then you can plug in and charge. We're just going to reverse the process, so we'll get the head pad in there, lay it in. I will start at the front first. So we're just going to get the head pad, do the central bit first, get that clicked under, and then just find its home all the way along, and they just tuck under. So hard to show in the camera, but there you go, you can hear it sort of clicking away there. This side is all flushly done. We've then got this side just to locate. I'm just tucking those under the lip, and then they're retained in, and the only little bit you've got is just this bit here, which you just want to sneak in under the sides, and I just need to do this one here. So we'll just zoom in a bit. So yeah, on this side, it's just this little bit that's not quite under there. So we're just gonna squeeze that underneath, and then it's nice and flush all the way along. You can then turn it back the other way, and we need to replace these two studs here in their red studs. So one there, give it a good old press. They're quite stiff, which is good because that means they don't come out easily. And one there. Oh, good old stud there. And then you've just got that third one at the top here. So we'll stud that in. And then this just tucks back in at the back there. And that is the head cap all sorted. So now it's just a case of returning the cheek pads back in. So grab a cheek pad. This is the right side for the one I'm going to do. This is locked all the way back, which is great, which means we can place this in. I always start with the back first, so you've got a little lug. Just put that at the back and locate it in, and then just feed this bit in around the front until you know you've got it all in like that. Just give it a little massage till it makes sense, which it does. You then can take this red lever and push it, and it will eventually click right to the very top. You do need to press and play with that a little bit around here just to get it niggled, and then you replace this little flap, and that is as we found it, and then we just repeat on the other side. And that is that side sorted. Then we just need to stud the cheek pads back down, and you're sorted. Pull your cheek pad straps back through, find them and pull them back through. They just feed through the hole in the cheek pad. There you go. And then obviously on the inside, we've just got to stud these bits back down. You've got one stud two stud at the top and at front, and that holds the rest of the cheek pad in. And we're all sorted. So now it's all done, all there is left to do is turn the thing on and make sure we're happy. And on this one, it's that one and that one. You press and hold. It'll go into phone pairing mode, and away you go.